Hello. Good evening. We're the second time today. We're gonna finish the map today. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm Moisty. How you doing? I'm so fucking tired. We only have this one strip left. It's not even the full strip. It's this little bit up here, this little bit down here, and then the cliffs. We are so close. And then the world map will be done. Look at that. It'll be glorious. It'll be beautiful. I'll update this title. Oh, it's done. I've been doing 2 streams a day too. Gotta be tiring. Oh, yep. And you know what? The moment the morning stream ends, you know what I'm doing? I went to Costco. I was in and out in 30 minutes. It was glorious, but I went to Costco. And it was pouring rain too. I got, at least the food court wasn't packed. It was a bunch of people waiting to leave. So like the Costco itself wasn't busy because even though the parking lot was full, the front entrance was full of people waiting for cars to come up so they could fill up. So, it was amazing, but like, oh God. I feel like I would enjoy a single 6-hour stream more than 2 3-hour streams in a day. Given that I do normally accidentally do 6-hour streams, you know, I think I'm right on that one. Alright, so quick recap. We have, yesterday, we did this section during the day. Okay. And last night, we did this part. Okay. This morning, we did this whole strip. Hello, Potter. So what we need to do now is just like blend. Here we have to do a little bit of blending down here just so that it doesn't awkwardly cut off. And then obviously update these flowers because we're not using them anymore. And then just swing up in here and finish that off. So we're almost there. We're almost done. The forest is looking lovely. I really like how much the moss and the purples are coming together here. I feel like if I had used the pink and purple willows, we would have a very, very magical forest. But that's okay, they belong over here. On purpose. We got a couple willows, it's okay. Oh yeah, that's our plan. That's our goal. We'll be done soon. Soon. And then tomorrow, I'm sleeping. Tomorrow, I'm sleeping. You're not seeing me. Tomorrow, I'm doing meal prep. Wow, tracking was lost there. I'm doing meal prep. I'm sleeping. I'm probably making a bug report for Lunchbox on Synergy. I've got the logs. I just have to make it. I think it's all fixed. I don't know. I haven't heard otherwise. But I did improve it, so you know what? Alright. Let's get started. You cannot believe how much I want to be done, but how much I'm dreading doing more. It's like when I have to test the game again. It's like, oh, I've already tested the game. What do you mean I need to test it again? And this is why we're going to invest a ton of time into automating the testing of this game before I put more content into it, because holy fuck. I already have like 20 hours of content I need to somehow test, and it's not happening. Alright, let's see. So, Or someone. What's this game about? This is Gataela. It's a Victorian steampunk RPG with debate battles. There is a demo on Steam. It's 1 to 5 hours long, depending on how much time you want to put into it. 10 years ago, there was a civil war. That's bad. 10 years later, it's gotten a little bit better, but not really. So our protagonist, Zach, travels from Vuni over here. Oh, it helps with my cursor shrunk. Over here, Vuni. All the way to the capital. And accidentally stirs up the flames of another war. Because bro just wanted to ask for some bread. Oops. And we're finishing the world map. We have 4 maps to update, and then I'm done. And I'm gonna sleep. You gonna download it? Ooh, thank you. Let me know what you think. Hopefully it works. Don't eat the whole elephant all at once. Eat it piece by piece, little by little, bite by bite. Enough bites, you finish a little. Enough littles, you finish a piece. Enough pieces, you ate an elephant. Yeah, it took 15 years, man. I'm tired. Well, technically, I've been done for a while, but I was looking at this map, and I was like, oh, I need to redo it. I need to redo it. It's not good. I need to redo it. So really, it's my own hubris. Jeez. Okay, so this is 7-6. So we need... We need 8-6. Redo from 0? I've already done that. I changed game engines once. I don't need to do it again. That's gotta be drain full. Yeah. Alright, nice. So we just had this little piece and then a little bit of blending here to do. So it won't be too bad. We'll start off easy. It also helps if I'm actually showing what we're working on. There we go. Holly, if you asked to go out after I kicked you out 10 minutes ago, I'm gonna lose my marbles. Don't need to go through a regression arc here. Oh my god, if I could go back in time, I would make the farm sim, okay? Actually, there's a lot of things I would change, but like the farm sim. Before Stardew Valley exists, I would make Stardew Valley. The game doesn't open? What do you mean? What do you mean? What happens when you try to open it? You got it from Steam, right? Wait, let me open the demo from Steam. I tried to open it from Steam, it gives me an error. What error you get? Hi, Shrimpy. It's also an itch too, by the way. But I would like to know the error. No one's what? Oh well, that's a long ass thing. No one's reported this to me. If I've had an issue and no one has reported it to me, okay, well it opened for me. Time for audio overload, overstimulation. Error defining external function? Maybe try read it. Okay. Maybe. Hi, John. Joke. Hello. Demo booted fine for you? Okay, so then try. There's also the itch version. You can try the itch version as well. That would at least rule out Steam being a problem. And if you hate that, it's also hosted. It's also hosted on Game Jolt. You know, I never log into that place. I should do that sometime. Boy. Yeah, so we'll just do one there, and then I'm thinking some moss. Put a little bit of moss there, and then a couple trees. We should be good. Moss. Holly's up to no good. So if we do that, then we just do a little bit, just a little. Didn't work for you? What's your OS? What you using? Skyrim has some wild stat tracking. It tracks the number of people and creatures you kill as expected, but it also counts how you kill them and of all things, number of rabbits. Well, why not? It didn't work? Huh. Even if you run as an administrator? That's strange. What are your specs? No one's reported this to me, so I'm sorry. Wait, right, we need some flowers. Otherwise, it's like, why are the butterflies here? They're here for fun. You switch legs for like 2 minutes? That's okay. What OS are you using? Specifically rabbits. Oh. Here, I'll type it. There you go. That was the wrong account. Well, oh well. do I find out? What are you using? What are you using? Are you using Windows? Are you using Mac? Are you using Windows 11? Are you using... What? Windows what? Are you using Windows XP? Because the game is 64-bit, so I think the only time that would happen is if you're trying to run it on a 32-bit. Maybe 11? You're using Windows 10. Because it's a 64-bit launcher, I think. It should be. I'm using the test branch for demo builds. Should I swap that? Wait. Public version. Go with the public version. Public version work? Yep. Oh, it worked? Okay, so, it's not me. Okay. It's not me. Okay, I don't need to worry about it. Okay, it's good. What'd you do? Restart Steam? Yeah, your PC is shit? Oh, I see. This is why you never upgrade your Windows machine. Alright, so I think if we do that, I think that's a nice blend. Maybe. We got some flowers down this way. Some different stuff. We start. Maybe. I think it also depends on how much RAM you have, but that wouldn't. Yeah, maybe. Anyways, I'm glad it's working, and I'm glad that's not something I need to deal with. Okay, let's put ourselves here. That's 1,825. Anyways, let me know how the game is. Assuming it doesn't cause any other problems. Sure, it's fun. Do you know how mortifying it would be to hear that the demo has not been working since November of 2024 and no one told me? Do you know? Like, I think I would lose my marbles. Because that's the thing that's happened before. No one's told me stuff. They're like, oh, we thought you knew it. I'm like, what do you mean you thought I knew? If I knew, it wouldn't have been broken. That would have been awful. Yeah. That happened with my Kickstarter. I asked some friends for advice on the Kickstarter, and I was like, this is what I'm going to be launching with. What do you think? They're like, thumbs up, looks good. And I'm like, okay, cool. I launched it, and I was talking to them after the first week, and I was like, oh, you know, for some reason, like, it's not doing so well. And they're like, well, yeah, you don't have this, this, and this on there. And I was like, the fuck? And they're like, we thought you knew. No. And then I had to do things. It was very frustrating. Alright, let's see. Hi, birdies. I think that's good. Just... We'll put this together. That's a funny thing. When I go to the same friends and I'm like, hey, can you play test this? And then we're on call for 8 hours, okay? And I have them play test, and I'm like, just play test. Just say whatever, okay? So they've play tested part of the current what's in the beta, and I've watched them. I've watched them do something, speak out loud, some stuff, you know. And then I talked to them afterwards, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So in my first draft, you were going to be able to skip all of this, but then I realized that if you skipped all of that, you wouldn't feel good about like this outcome from you know, from this thing, right? And they were like, no, I wouldn't have skipped it. And then I turned to them and I just looked them dead in the eye, and I was like, the first thing you said was, can I skip this? And then you tried to skip it through gameplay mechanics, and I locked that out because you used to be able to do that. And they were like, ah shit, ah fuck. When asking for feedback, never accept just looks good. Yeah. The problem is that when you're like a dumbass kid, like what are you gonna do, right? You trust your friends, right? If I launch with this, does it look good? Do I need to make any changes? Nope, it's perfect. It looks great. Okay, cool. Launches it. Why is it not doing as well as I thought? Oh, screenshot. Yeah. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I have to delete that. Definitely something I've learned as I've grown up is that when you ask for feedback from people, some people take it seriously, some people do not. Okay, that's a smoother transition, yeah. And then that up there, I mean, it is the same light dump, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Alright, you ready to see it? 1 out of 4 maps for the evening. Well, once it's done saving. This document's huge. Yes, replace it. Itinerary. Okay. I'm like, what is that? Where is the cat? And the cat is sitting with the kicker beside the dog that's passed out on the floor. And he's just sitting there minding his own business. Like, okay, well, I guess that's what he's doing. Here we go. Ready? There it is. Doesn't that look like a smoother transition? Yeah, this is at the same level, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. No one will notice. Probably. Alright, so that should be... okay, that's what if I just don't? I'm so tired. I'm so lazy. I feel like I'm allowed to be lazy after 15 years. Ah, boy. Alright, next one. What's this one? It shouldn't be too bad. It's just that it's the whole thing. As long as we don't touch the borders, then I don't need to make too many changes. Okay. Let's start by removing the old flowers. Hi Panzer. How you doing? How's the weather? Yeah, it's raining. It's raining quite a lot today. I got caught in the rain multiple times. Alright, cool. So, we're gonna convert at least one tree into a dead tree. Now, some of these, we have to be careful about. This one. Oop. Dead tree. Oh, he's too tall. He's also too tall. He is not. Okay. Hopefully you're not getting flooded. I know sometimes that can happen. What I'm gonna do too many. That might work. And then up here. Today was actually a nice reprieve from the midsummer heat, mid-70s all day, though tomorrow's going back up. Oh, I see. Yeah, there was a lot of rain today. What is it? What is it going to? It's raining a ton today. It's raining a ton tomorrow. And then it's going to be 29 for the rest of the week. You could get more flooding. Jeez. I don't live in a floodplain. That was one of the things I checked when I bought my house, but some people have been getting flooded. As long as the sewers don't back up on me. That happened to my grandmother. when I was a child. They hadn't updated the infrastructure where her house was, and so the floodwaters backed up. How are you doing? The Chibio meter has been detected activity on the channel. You hope the weekend as well? Yes. We are going to finish the world map today, which is very exciting, and I'm very tired. And I can't wait to be done. Doing well, enjoying the chill. Look forward to seeing you finish. Thank you. I woke up. Why did he wake up? I already let him out once. Oh, he's going on the couch. Okay, well that's fun. Fear one thing, and that is it demands to go out. I'm making some amazing progress. Thank you. I hope. I wish it was sooner, but yes, I am happy with how we're doing. And then we're gonna add some moss. I think that's okay. Yeah, we might end the stream early. We're almost halfway done. We're done, guys. All gone. We're going over to the story now. Go play some vintage story. So this area is rather new. I don't think... No, right, I forgot. Okay, well... Hi Loni, how you doing? Good morning. Alright, right, here's the transformation. I can't wait to do the demo update at the end, sometime this year, end of the year. We'll have all this new stuff in it. Let me see, how does that look? Dead trees do make it look better. Oh my! Hello, Dancing Brook. Hello, Raiders. How are you doing? The Dancing Raid. What were you? Words are hard. Okay, I'm on second stream of the day. How was your stream? What were you up to? Give me a quick second. I'm saving. I'm updating the image. See, we're finishing the world map today. We're gonna be finishing updating this little strip here, and then we're done. So I just finished this section. We're gonna check it out. 3D modeling and then playing Pal World. Ooh, nice. How is Pal World? Now that it's out of early access. And what were you 3D modeling? Here it is. There it is in all its glory. Look at that. Addicting as hell. Ooh. It's a lot of fun. Oh, that's good. That's a big map. Yeah. How long? 15 years? 3D modeling a little block castle. Ooh, that's cute. Man, 15 years is like some people's whole lifetimes. Can you believe that? That's how you know you're getting old. That's how you know you're getting old. Hey, you gotta run and walk the puppy. No problem. Thank you for the raid again. Have a good puppy walk. Alright, let's see. So we need to commit. You know, it's so funny because like we spent so much time over here redoing the rocks for this section, and don't get me wrong, they look good. I'm glad I went through the effort of doing that because it makes that whole section look more unique, and I love the white on the green. It looks great, but so much time on these maps, and then we like blasted through a couple of these on stream the other week, and then like this weekend's just in brr because we're not changing any of the trees really or anything, and that's like on purpose, but like it's just funny how quickly it's all coming together. Hi, Jorb. You love it when a plan comes together. Yeah. It made the last monthly update really sad. It was like, yeah, I haven't really gotten anything done, guys. Like we did a little bit here, and we did a little bit over here, and look, it looks pretty. But like we haven't really done that much. And then the next update will be like, so we're done. I'll be like, what happened in the last 2 months? I locked in for a weekend. That's it. And we didn't change any of the border stuff, so we don't have to worry about that. And then we go to 8-4. No balls. I get in. I do have to get a drink though. What I have is like lukewarm. It's making me sad. Okay, so we are going to first remove the flowers. All good. Now then. Put some dead trees. Not bad. It's inspiring. Do celebrate those milestones and victories you fought for each one and earn them. Yeah, tomorrow's a chill out day. I'm gonna look forward to the day that I release it. It'll be out there, it'll be in the world. We'll see what people say. One fear, you know, you put in that much time. It's like, oh no, is anyone even gonna like it? And it's like, just get it done, worry about that later. It'll happen. Besides, no reason that done and finished can't be two different things. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's why they say don't aim for perfect, aim for done. And then once you're done, then you can worry about making it perfect. That's why like NaNoWriMo and stuff was so useful when I was younger. To like turn off the perfectionist in you. But now that I'm old and wiser and much more bitter, it, bitter's true. You never had a successful one? Maybe this November? What, a successful which one? Keep in mind, I am very tired. My magnesium arrived though. I was saying this earlier. I've been having difficulty sleeping well. Sleeping well. Not falling asleep, sleeping well. Apparently magnesium might help with that, so I ordered some. It arrived. I also ordered like some caffeine sort of retinol cream or drops. I'm testing it. I haven't had a reaction yet. Apparently it'll help with me looking tired, which I think will do wonders for the mental. Like, you know, when you look at, you know, when you don't feel tired, but everyone asks you, like, are you okay? You look really tired, and then you just feel bad. So, let's see. We'll see. You said NaNoWriMo? Oh, yes. NaNoWriMo, yes. Yeah. I've done 5 or 6 of them. 5 or 6 NaNoWriMos? Yeah. I've completed all except one. And that was my first one because I forgot that it was happening because, you know, when you're busy in 12th grade of school, like, so yeah. I've written quite a few things. I've tried like in later years to get back into it, but like it just doesn't. I found it was more helpful when I struggled to get words on a paper. Shoot, Marathon ventured over here. Oh yeah, don't worry. All my drafts are terrible. But they're my drafts. And I wrote them when I was like 20. So they're all bad. Oh, I felt real bad for my English teacher in grade 12 though. No, but the first one I failed was in grade 10. The first one I completed was grade 11 and the second one was grade 12. So I feel bad for my grade 12 teacher because they were talking about Old Man and the Sea. And I found out later this was my English teacher's favorite novel. But I said that I didn't like the novel to his face. And everyone was like, oh my God. And I was like, what? He asked me. I finished reading it. I was the only one who read the whole damn thing all the way through in like a week. Because it's only like 100 pages. I said it was super boring. And not very interesting. And he was like, but he only wrote that novel in like a month. And I was like, yeah, and I've done that too. What's the point? English teacher just like, God bless his heart, man. he's just like, you know what? You can say that. You can. Oh, I feel bad for him. You're out here trying to teach. I'm the best and worst student to have. I don't pay attention in any class, but I can answer all the questions. Famously, because at the time I didn't know I had anemia. So, in grade 12, my math class. The funny thing about math classes and the order they teach you things in is that because I've been programming for so long, when we hit variables in grade 9, that was like the whole semester was teaching variables and word problems and how to solve them. But for me, who's been programming and stuff, variables is normal, right? That's how you represent data and stuff. So I didn't really have any problems with the concept. And so I slept through all my classes. Fast forward to grade 12, they're teaching us about vectors. I make games. I know what a vector is, okay? And so I was super anemic and I'm sleeping through all my classes. I mean, I'm also working at the same time, but sleeping through all my classes, and my teacher calls on me. Not to like, actually she didn't even call on me. I was dead asleep. I woke up. I looked at the board and I raised my hand and I was like, "Miss, you didn't carry the negative sign there. That's why it's wrong." And she just looked at me. She looked at the board and she was like, "Oh," and she corrected it. And then I went back to sleep. I only found out afterwards that was like a, oh shit, man, shit, you know, type of moment. I'm such a bad student. Pour one out for my teachers, man. They deserve it. English teachers always have that one assigned reading, darling. Gatsby, Catcher, Old Man, Mine Love the Giver. I don't know. I think when you've taught English the same books all the time, you get to have a favorite. Your programmer would have told me to go back to sleep. Yeah, God bless. She's probably... That was also like, I remember grade 9, they were trying to teach us about themes in books and stuff. And the most basic one was about winter representing death and spring representing like birth, right? And so there was a small poem that my English teacher at the time read out to the class. And I distinctly remember, because I read a lot too as a kid. And I distinctly remember them asking, "What is the poem saying?" And like no one could figure it out. And I raised my hand, you know, after 20 minutes of sitting there and listening to people not know, and it's like dead silent, I raised my hand and I was like, "Winter is death." Right? And he was like, "Yes, that is correct." And I was like, Jesus Christ. It's, yeah. And I remember when I went to Australia, though, when I was in Australia for a few months for school, it was way more advanced there, but at the same time it wasn't. It was very strange. Like the school had, like, mathematics was way more advanced than what they were teaching at my school, but at the same time, there was a lot of stuff that was like behind. It was strange. You wish you had that much. I had an English teacher who only wanted to answer life. Then this thing was she didn't realize she was doing it. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, once I figured out how to teach myself. Okay, so the thing is that I wasn't always an A student. For most of my life, I was a B- to B+ student, depending on the class, which isn't bad by any means, but in grade 8, so our school had, oh, we got ads. I've got to hold for ads. Curse ads. I curse thee. All right, I'll hold for ads. Someone remind me. sound like I'm a genius. I'm really not. I'm very stupid. It is a fluke. We're just putting a little bit of patterning. Back to be back. Welcome back. We still got a minute 30. We gotta hold for those unfortunate folks who have 3 whole minutes of ads. But I think we're done. I think we're done with this area. $1,001. Me? 30 seconds? Well, we're not done. We got one more, but we're done with this one. You had a cousin in the class, told them for weeks to hold up their hand and just say life. When she finally did, the teachers got wide-eyed and said, good, exactly. And they turned around and said, oh my god. That's crazy. Yeah, I'll finish my story in a second. God, wait. Alright, we're back. Okay, so, like I was saying, it sounds like I'm a genius, but I'm not. Because my high school was grade 7 to 12, okay? It was a high school and a middle school. And in grade 9 to 12, there was a honor wall. So if you got A's, which was an 80, in every single one of your classes, or I think in 6 classes or more, anyways, you would get to go on the honor wall. And there weren't that many people that got to go up there. And so I said to myself, I want to go on that wall. Right? No one asked me to. There were no expectation for me to do this. I just looked at it and I said, I'm going on that wall. But I'm a B- to a B+ student. Okay? So like, how do you get on wall? So grade 7, I didn't really do anything. Honestly, I don't even remember much of grade 7. But I do know for grade 8, I locked in. So the second half of the year was when I locked in. But the first half of the year, I was looking at my grades, so I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get there. Right? And then by the end of 8th grade, I had straight A's and everything. So an A- to an A+ and everything. And that was just because I learned how to teach myself. That was it. I remember part of it was reading instructions better. I was really mortified when we had an assignment for English class and I had put it off. Procrastination was killer. I had put it off. And I'd put it off and I'd put it off and I'd put it off. And the day before it's due, I was like, okay, I just have to write a paper and hand it in. And I went and reread the instructions. And it was a diorama. There was a paper, of course, but there was a paper and a diorama. And I remember I went to my parents the day before. It's a Sunday. Shops are closed. Because a lot of things were closed at the time. And I said to them, I need a shoebox. And they're like, where the hell are we going to get a shoebox on a Sunday? And they said, well, you didn't read the instructions. And there's nothing we can do until like tomorrow. And it's due tomorrow. So here's a plastic bag. So I remember I had to come in class first thing in the morning with a plastic bag and hand in my paper with the plastic bag. And my teacher looked at the plastic bag and she was like, I can give you an extension. And I remember being so embarrassed because we were supposed to show off the diorama to the classmates as well as like a little expo thing. And I had no idea. Oh, wait. Okay. You were in the U.S. education system, kind of hard to teach myself. Yeah. So I did learn to read instructions more carefully. You'd think the grade 5 exercise where on April Fools, my teacher gave out a piece of paper and it said, read all instructions carefully before you start. And it was like yelling out your name and like doing all this other stuff. And all of us as kids just immediately started doing it because everyone else in the class was doing it. And it's like, okay, well, I guess I have to do it. And then at the end, the last instruction said, ignore all previous instructions, write your name on the top and hand it in. And only one person got it right. You'd think that would have been mortifying enough. But apparently I forgot about that. So grade 8, that happened to me. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. I'm still here, by the way. Just didn't want to bother midstream. It can wait. Okay, but I know what it is. I turned off one of the inventory things from Tungsten. That means I have to log 2 bugs. Oh, how exciting is that? 2 bugs tomorrow. I mean, we can just confirm quickly, but I can restart the server after. Because I'm almost done. Even freshmen in college is kind of dumb. Like, I get the lesson, but it's dumb. I think the lesson's a really good way to teach reading instructions. Like, I think it's a good lesson. I think it's definitely something you should learn when you're younger, but if you haven't had the opportunity, anytime you can learn it in a safe environment is all good for me, because oops, that is not right. Ooh. One last map. You ready to see it? But yeah, so that any sort of, you know, oops, I fucked up in a safe environment thing, that got me to pay attention to instructions, which boosted just like doing better, because oh my god, you read the rubric and it tells you how to get a good grade. Oh my god, that's shocking. Reading the syllabus, amazing, it tells you how to get a good grade, you know. That was one thing. The other one was just learning how I learn, which is kind of hard to put into words, but basically I learned by doing projects and stuff. That's like by doing. Like if you tell me verbally instructions, I'm gonna stare at you and go, I'm not gonna remember that. Right? And my dad is really bad at that. He'll tell me how to fix something, and I'm gonna go like, okay, so I'm either gonna need it written down or like pictures, or like I'm gonna have to physically do it in front of you. And he's like, why can't you just remember? And it's like, that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna learn it by, doing that. And another one was teaching other people, or writing it down, like the act of writing it down. That does wonders for me personally. So learning how to do that stuff meant that, when my health was deteriorating and I had no freaking idea, it didn't really impact me whatsoever in terms of school, because like I was already teaching myself everything in an efficient way. So just conflicted with the brain dead enforcement of following instructions and then bombarded with instructions. But like hovering over the shoulder, yelling at you to get started already. Oh. Yeah, I've been in that situation too, where someone's like, okay, so do this, and you're like, actually, I saw a video that was a good example on TikTok. It was talking about training Gen Z, and it was supposed to be a humorous thing, but some people took the video to like talk about it. Like, I know this is a joke, but it's a really good example, so I'm gonna explain some psychology stuff. But it was basically a video of it's like a hee hee ha ha. You try to train Gen Z in the market, in the working environment. They don't know how to do anything. It's like that sort of skit, and it's usually like a ridiculous, like obviously they can like who is screwing up, but at the same time, I've had co-ops. I've had to train co-ops, and one famously just didn't show up because they didn't feel like it one day. Didn't tell anyone. And we had to explain to them the concept of calling in sick. Because they didn't realize that, like, if you didn't show up to school, your parents called you in sick. They didn't know that was a thing. So, and I've definitely had to talk about outfits, about dress shirts, and the fact that you have to wear an undershirt, or like pulling up your pants and wearing a belt. I've had all those conversations. So it's like at the same time, it's like I can see it happening, but like in the case of the skit, it was someone like rotating a slicer. And they were told, okay, put your hand on the crank. They put it on the crank, but they don't know what the crank is. They've never seen the machine before, so they put their hand on the crank wrong. And then the instructor takes their hand, puts it on the correct part of the crank, and they're like, now rotate it. And they rotate it in the wrong direction because they don't know which way it's supposed to go. And so then the instructor fixes it for them, and it's like one of those, like, it's supposed to be like, oh my god, you can't they don't know how to do anything, but then some people were taking it as a teaching thing, and they were saying, yeah, well, in this case, this shows a good example of like not teaching properly. If you had shown, okay, so this is how you crank it, and you show it yourself, and then you show, all right, now you do it, put your hand on the crank, and then they'll put it in the same spot, and then you're like, okay, so you rotate it to the left, or you rotate it to the right. A more like child friendly one is when teachers are like, okay, you guys need to explain to me how to make a peanut butter sandwich, and I will make it in front of you. And they start reading the instructions, and all the kids immediately realize, put peanut butter on bread. And the teacher scoops the peanut butter out with their hands and puts it on bread that's in the packaging. And the kids are like, you know, screaming, no, you're doing it wrong. No. And then they're like, okay, well, let's read so-and-so's instructions. And they're like, no. That's interesting to me. But yeah, learning how to teach yourself is like very important. Observational humor. Sometimes ad absurdum isn't detached enough from reality. Yeah. Oh. You seen that in a YouTube video? Great thing to teach kids, but some teachers need that lesson too. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. All right. Do we want to do the last map? Look at this. The tiniest section. Did I commit? Wait. No, I didn't. I was too busy yapping. Some is being polite. Yeah. Okay, let me see. This one is 8-3. Final level. Yeah. Teaching's hard, but also like learning to teach is hard and stuff, but yeah. Anyways, the moral of the story is like I improved my grades by learning how to teach myself. Nice. Okay. I think we're going to... This is the smallest place to update. You wouldn't dare say that teaching is easy. Wait, what did I say to say that? There's a chance I stopped talking in the middle of my sentence. We want to use. What, you're breaking the trend? Oh, yes. You sure are. Teaching isn't easy. Oh, okay. Yeah. In this tree, we're gonna swap it to something cool. gotta remove these though. Can't see them. Look at that. This is definitely not important at all. Nope. $15.50, $30.50. Yeah, the other thing that I find really helpful to learn things is teaching other people. Because you'll often find that if your understanding of a topic isn't complete, it's very hard to communicate. It's easy to talk shit, but it's hard to communicate and pass an idea on. Of course, the other party has to be willing, but... Here we go, look at that. Technically, you get some shadowing on the beach down below. Which isn't ideal, but whatever. Big tree is more important. Just, Are you ready? I didn't put any moss, but that's okay. There's not really enough room for it. Alright, get ready. Ah, we're done with Canon stream. Yes, replace it. Oh wait, I should update the title. Wait, give me a second. Because it's no longer March. We're now in August. The field is full of rolling stones, that's why there's no moss. Well, it's not the field that needs to be filled with moss, it's the little cliff. Okay, re-export it. And here we go, ready? No! Wait, I'm re-exporting it. It's okay. Why is there a line? Oops. Oh, I placed it 1 pixel off. There we go. Is it still off by 1? Wait. It can't be. No? Okay, it's just like that. It's just like that, that's fine. It doesn't matter. We're done. There's the world map. I'm done. Well, that's 15 years of work, guys. You want to see progress shots? Oh, jeez. Good job, thank you. How fitting. Oh, yes, yeah, you're 15? Yeah, something like that. Let me think, wait. Sorry, 14. It's 14 years, sorry. I was off by 1. 15 is next year. I think, wait. Yeah. Yeah, because it was 2012 when I started. I think. Wait, where's my Word document? When in doubt, go to the first Word document. (2012) March 2012. (14 years. 14 and a half. Almost. $14 and a half years. Damn. I need to get a drink. Not like a drink, but like a drink. I don't have a drink. I'm gonna be back. And then I'll yap about. I'll show you the 15 years, 14 years, whatever of progress. One sec. Okay, stairs. You know, maybe I shouldn't have moved all those rocks yesterday. If we remove 10 of the total year's development, we can pass it off as the same as AAA development. You know what? If I was working full time, this would have been done earlier. As you can see, we blasted through 16 maps in 2 days. Okay? That's like this whole area. Can you imagine if I was just given a week full time? Each region would get done. Okay, let me commit that. Done. Beautiful. Glorious. We'll add passive animals on Tuesday to all of this. If I were you, I'd hire you. Oh, yeah. How much would I pay myself? I have myself negative money right now. How much would I? I owe myself enough money, it's tax-free. Do you think you will release a demo or beta with the updated content for the game for people to try? Yeah, I'm planning to release an updated demo. Hopefully for September. That's why I'm trying to push to get through, because the thing I want to do, what's remaining for the demo update. Did someone say money? One second. No, wait, no, wait, no. Paid in royalties and exposure. I need to pay tax? Yeah. So, okay. Wait, we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, so the answer to the question is, I said this in the January, like, I said this in the January, like, the yearly plan. That the plan is, we are finishing, I will even pull it up to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything. Where's January's update? That was May. That was November 2025. Yeah, 2026 plans. Okay. We're redoing. This was 2026's plans. So, like, you'll see how far along we are. Redoing this province. Done. Redoing this province. We just finished. Adding passive animals. Done. Next week. Okay. Upgrading the Game Maker version next week. Well, okay, like 2 weeks. The animals have to be added first. You regret that you only found me today? Here on such an auspicious day. Thank you. Don't worry. There's plenty more time to sit around here and watch me suffer. The Game Maker version will be updated to the newest LTS. Because I think I'm on, what am I on right now? 2024 November. So we're going to update to that version. Then we're going to do a full test, because we also have to test the graphics changes, right? So rather than testing all the graphics changes, upgrading, and then testing it again, for my own sanity, we're going to do the upgrade and then test everything. And then we'll release the demo update. I was going to do a beta update, but because I'm going to rewrite some stuff, we're not going to update the beta, which only impacts 2 people. So I think they're okay. You shall suffer happily with me. Thank you. But yes, this will be out. This will be out before the end of the year. Yeah, all this work here. So if you want to experience it as it is now, you can go play the demo right now. You can go play the demo right now. To be fair, the story is not changing. It's just the visuals. And then we have rewriting debate battles, which I've temporarily paused to hyper focus on getting this done. Then it's writing and adjusting quests based on the debates, which are frozen for the same reason. Implementing new debates, frozen for the same reasons. Implementing new quests, same reasons. Minigame prototype is a stretch goal, which we are not getting to at this point in time. And rebalance economy, enemy placement, treasure placement, etc. That is going to come after we upgrade to the LTS version. Basically, my plan is put the passive animals in, upgrade to the new LTS, test the crap out of the game, release a demo, so hopefully all within the next like month and a half. Bookmark will DL after stream. Oh, thank you. Wish list. It helps. And then what we are going to be doing is infrastructure stuff. And my fear. So the thing is that I have a whole main story quest in the game right now. You can technically finish the game without any fights or anything because the debates aren't there. You can technically finish the game and see all the content. The problem is that game big, I'm one person. How test? When I do the testing stream, you will see me lose my marbles. It may need to be 2 streams. Or I may just like hyper focus and go silent. Whatever. The thing is that I have retested the demo content like 90 times. I've paid people to test it for me. Because I'm so sick and tired of testing it. Okay? So, I don't have money to pay someone right now. And when the game comes out, if I want to put an update out and make sure it doesn't break anything, you know, how will I test it? Especially when we get into things like rebalancing the economy and stuff. If I make a tweak, will that accidentally soft lock you? I don't know. You know? So, we're going to spend some time on infrastructure. Once the demo updates out, the rest of the year will be infrastructure. It'll be setting up Jenkins. It'll be setting up the unit tests. It will be how do we test some things. Early access testers on Steam. We will have that, but that will come later. What I kind of want for the early access. Okay, so here's the early access plan. Okay, so they get asked this enough. I have thought about it. I've decided it. So early access for story-based games is really hard because people tend to release in chapters or whatever, but if you have to go back and edit previous chapters for whatever reason, it gets sort of like kind of murky, difficult, etc. And this isn't, you can see it's like open world, kind of. It's basically open world. So you'll find 1 or 2 obsessed Stardew Valley players. So, like, what I'm most interested in from people playing is, like, if they find weird shit, if they find it enjoyable, you know, stuff like that, versus, hey, I transitioned between maps and there was, you'll notice there's like trees on the border. I transitioned between maps right here and I got hard locked out of the game and I didn't save and I lost my save. I don't want that. I want people to be playing the game and giving feedback on like the battle system or like, oh, I found a hack, or am I supposed to be able to teleport to the end of the game? You know, Not, I transitioned and I got stuck in a tree and I didn't save for 40 hours. And now I don't want to play the game again because I'm burnt. Right? So in order to get to that point, the other thing too is I'm not working full time, right? So if there's a bug that comes up that's super serious, like that tree thing, I would want to fix that immediately. But if you've ever had to deal with the Steam backend, it's terrible. Oh, feedback on player experience? Yeah. So I want to make updating super easy. I want to make sure that I don't break anything. Super easy. I want to get rid of all those super easy to figure out bugs. Super easy. Right? I want to have really basic battle balancing type stuff dealt with. Super easy, you know? And then instead the player experience will be like, I did this debate, I didn't know what this meant. I didn't understand what the words were. I thought it would be the opposite. You know, like when you select an option through dialogue and it's like the complete opposite of what you thought it would be. I want to like fix things like that. Not. I got stuck in a tree. So the idea would be that the early access comes out. I think the game is in a great stable location. There is a cutoff. Last like 10 hours of the game. Maybe 5. I have to test it. 5 to 10 hours of the game. There's a cutoff before that point. I've put in a hard block there in the code. It just says false. If false, you cannot continue. But there's a hard cutoff there. So everything before that point will be in early access, which will be 90% of the game. And then the full release will be unlocking that and then letting people finish the game. That's the early access plan. I think that's the best way for me to make sure this isn't stuck in development hell, because it's been stuck in development hell for a very long time. And to make sure that I can support everyone and also like I have a day job. I can't respond to people immediately. Worst case, like best case, it pops off, there's no bugs. Worst case, it pops off, there's tons of bugs. Even worst case, it doesn't pop off, no one buys it, no one plays it, and there's a ton of bugs. You know? So, sounds like a plan? Yeah. So that's my early access plan. I've thought long and hard about it, and that's what I think is best for everyone. But yes, the demo update that will be coming out in a couple months, or in a month, will be this area redone. So, and it'll be on the new updated runtime, which should be faster, more performant, and all sorts of things. And it'll be great. It'll be excellent, and we'll be good. And then we'll do some infrastructure work and to make sure that I can support all the content and testing it, and whatever I can't test for whatever reason, I'll mark down that I can't test it, but I'm pretty sure I can do everything. Worst case, 10 years from now. Who's AVGN? Talks about the game. Yeah, okay. Let me get some story time. Angry video game nerd? Oh. Yeah. Right, so let me show you guys. All right, so we actually go back all the way. this is the world map of Gataela from 14 and a half years ago. Wow, it looks exactly the same. So, the squares on there are, don't worry about it. This is what I did in Photoshop. So I had sketched this out on paper, scanned it, brought it into Photoshop, and used a basic, oh, it must have been Paint Tool Psi actually. Used a basic like mapping tool sort of thing that I found online and pasted it in like this. This is where it all started. And you'll notice that it hasn't changed. The only thing I think really has changed is this location and this one. They were both brought down quite a bit. But yeah. Functional, very clear. Yeah. So in order to make it into the world map, because from the start I wanted the map to be like, you know, like A Link to the Past, you know, like really old Pokemon maps, so you can like stitch it all together and you're like, oh my god, the world. I found that fascinating, so I wanted to do roughly the same thing. There's obviously some things I have to fudge with the collisions so that you don't get stuck in trees, but when I started this project, 2012. March 2012. Went to a party, got a little tipsy, came home, did some writing. Thumbs up. Wrote a one-page summary of the whole plot, and then said, yep, sounds good. So yeah, and then I was working on it through university. Yeah, a lot of people ask me like, where do you get the idea for debates from? Was it Ace Attorney? Was it like Danganronpa? Because at the time those were big, and I was like, nope. I played an Ace Attorney for the first time the other year. I never played Danganronpa. Is that the right word? I forget. Anyways, nope. It came to me in a vision that involved alcohol. So and it wasn't my alcohol either. So yeah. This is what it looked like. We took the, well, I took the map, and because I wanted it to be a grid thing, I played with a bunch of different grid sizes, and I ended up, you can see here, like the squares. Each one of these is a grid location, basically. And we divided it up. And it's not really, perfect, but, we basically said, okay, this city will be like roughly here, and this one will be roughly there, and so we kind of plotted that out like that. The music spoke to you as he feasted with Lord of Wine. Yeah. That is not the right. Give me a second, I'm looking. Ah, okay, so if we go back this way. I have all the original files, but I don't have them stitched together, so you're gonna have to deal with this. So we used RPG Maker. I hired someone who had done RPG Maker maps. This was the test map that I asked them to do. I paid them for it. And they helped me a lot with making the cliffs and stuff, and the original layout of the towns and everything. And we did it in RPG Maker because it was super easy to do the auto tiling and do the map export and everything. So there was really quick iteration here. Right. Let's see, we stitching it together. Oh, I did half, they did half. That's why there's like the colored squares. Nope. Okay, so this is 2016, so 10 years ago. It's the small version, so you'll have to bear with it. So we had started to, okay, so we had the Kickstarter in 2014, and that was to do a custom tile set. Where's the really, really old screenshots? Give me a second. 2012. Yeah. So this was like really, really old. This was like my first implementation of and figuring out how to do tile sets and stuff. 2012. Yeah. (2015) was, where are my really, really old ones though? They're somewhere. Oh, here we go. Really, really old. So this was when I was trying to find a tile set. This was originally the south of Uni, so this is clearly RPG Maker, right? Big wheat field. I love wheat fields. Anyways, very, very large. Nope. So this is what Vuni used to be. So it was completely walled in like this. And I had just marked it out like this and walked around. So you'll see there was like a clear grid. First, Billy, I'll make you buy me one. It's okay, I live near one, it's fine. And then I iterated a few times. Yeah, there was that. So this is what Vuni originally looked like. Oh yeah, an original logo. I paid my friend to make a little thing like this. But it didn't really work very well on marketing material, unfortunately. So that was really old Vuni. And then, oh, the forest that we were just working on. Here. This is what the bandit camp used to look like. This is what the forest used to look like. very well in marketing material. So I'm going to see if I have an example. Do I have old? Give me a second. Old. Wait. Ah, I do. Okay. Bear with me. It's Steam. Okay. So, here is the old logo on the Steam capsule image. Okay. Look at how it is. I'll zoom. Well, maybe you should see it 100%. Look at how it kind of, especially with when it's super small like this, look at how it like just sort of, like it's very hard to read and understand what you're looking at. The thing that you understand is the G, and there's a gear, right? An anime face. This last bit gets completely lost, right? And I had to keep modifying the logo on different backgrounds. So here we got like a drop shadow, right? The original logo doesn't have a drop shadow. Look at this. Just has this border, right? Very textured, right? Here it is. See? How do you place that? Right? It doesn't work very well. So let me pull up my current Steam ones. I have a few alternatives, but there we go. This is the current logo. That one, right? It's sort of it's more logo-y, right? Even when it's small like this, you know, we got ads. Yeah. So yeah, and the other thing too is that there's just the words can be taken out from here, which is what we have on the website. Let me see if I have. Yeah, just pretend that you just have this. Yeah, we got ads, but you know, whatever. Ads aren't showing in the main canvas. Lovely. Okay. I just realized OBS has program preview. Even when I'm on vacation, I think about work. Why do I work in broadcasting? Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't want to think about work. I want to think about work. Learning a Subaru. Okay, so anyways, that's the logo. Go back to here. Okay. Is it just gonna randomly appear now? Might. Oh, yeah, it did. Current logo is much clearer. Yeah. So here's 2016. So basically we said with thumbs up from the Kickstarter to have our own assets, because the assets that we're using wasn't very good. I know this is low res, but you can see here we had like this mountains up here. We had plans for stuff down here, and like over here there was like a farm and stuff. But anyways, the point is, in 2016, this was the progress we were making. I was still using Kukos TDX as the engine, but all of the maps were made in Photoshop and then cut out and stitched and then imported in. So not only was it like super difficult to make the game, it was just impossible. Right, so yeah, so you can see like some cities even like 10 years ago, they've looked like this for a very, very long time. Right, even up here, man, damn. Makes me feel like I haven't made any progress. Anyways, this is 2021. Do I not have anything between them? Well, I did at some point. Anyways, 2021. Suddenly jump ahead. I had decided to do biomes. Okay. So I implemented this whole bit. But you can see that, okay, I changed engines at this point. That's why the water looks the way it does. I switched to Game Maker. 2017, I took a break for a bit. About 6 months, 8 months. And during that time, Game Maker Studio 2 came out. I had been considering switching to Game Maker for a while because I was struggling with the engine. But like Game Maker Studio 1 was not hitting it for me. And then they released 2 and I played around with it and I recreated the demo that I had at the time in about a week. So I decided to go and move everything over. And then you can see we did like this. This was the beta content. Weakest fast, yeah. There was not that much in the demo at the time. It was mostly like this area and stuff. No complex systems whatsoever, but yeah. It was very easy to move my C++ code over. I just have to rewrite it. So then by the start of 2018, I was completely in a new engine, and I think I released a new demo at the time. Anyways, as we approach 2021, okay. So before this was done, I finished this area. Okay, so this wasn't done at all. I had to come and start doing it. So at the time, it was looking like this. Okay, right? Think I'm here. We're approaching 2021. It's like 2019, 2020-ish. Finish this one. Finish this one. Right? So it looks like this. But it ain't hitting it because I was playing in the beta that I had at the time and I was getting lost. Right? How do I know if I'm over here near the river when I can't see it, right? This is all I can see. How do I know where I am on the map? How is that any different than being like over here? Trees are the same, grass pattern's the same, ground cover is the same. How do I know? Right? And not only that, it didn't feel like you were making progress through the game. Because even though you've cleared a whole province and you're in a new area, it looks exactly the same. Okay? So, pre-2021, I decided, no, I need to implement biomes. Each province needs to have its own thing. Did research, commissioned more art. And then you can see here in 2021, I finished minus this little area down here, redoing all of this. Okay, I'd cut this part of the game. I had cut this part out because my head's covering it. Well, you can't see it anyways. I had cut this part out. I cut this part, this here. This went into a sub map thing because I could not get the forest to look on the world map what I needed for gameplay reasons, so I cut it out from the world map and just like put it in its own thing. So yeah, 2021 we hit this, we got that going for us. Okay. 2022. Fun to get lost? Yeah, well, I was, you know, I think there's some fun in getting lost, but when people leave the starter city and get stuck in a loop right here, famously, I've watched so many playthroughs getting stuck in a loop here because they don't realize that they're going in a loop. Things need to change. But yeah, so then you see we have a biome here. There's not only is it a biome, there's sub-biomes, right? There's like this autumny feeling sort of situation, cottages, you know, rivers. You'll notice that there's like this big flower field. We got the pink trees and stuff. And you'll also notice that the more north you go, the greener it gets. Very, very green up here, and it's very watery down here. So, sub-biomes, clear paths for the road, way less noise sort of thing, right? When you look at this, you're like, there's a lot of green. I must be in the north. Right? Versus down here, you're like, there's a lot of water. I must be in the south. So, a lot of homeworks, yeah. So, you see that, and then we have the biome blending kind of going on here. And then 2022, we finished this last biome. Well, I guess it was the second, but this last bit. So we had like the full game here. Playable world map standards wise, but not, you know, not really, like we had to go back. So, right, same thing. This is supposed to be a more of a rocky range type of thing. So you can see here when you're in this section, you're like, oh, I must be close to the other biome because of the blending going on here with it breaking it up and stuff. Even though the texture is like the same, it's different. Yes. And then again, you've got like this orangey thing. You've got when you're near the capital, the flowers are purple. There's a little lake here. It's very green. As you move over here, there's a little flower thing. Over here, there's a lot of red poppies. You know, you can see that there's a lot of little sub areas as you pass through. And so this is 2022. Don't know why 2023 is this. Anyways, so between 2022 and 2025, I did all the interiors. And adding the NPCs and stuff. So, you don't see it here, but every single building has an interior that I made. So, yeah, that was fun. And one of the things we did was make the water behave like it did in the old engine when I was generating it in Photoshop and just pasting it in. So we changed the shader, we got it to work better, etc. So now the water looks more similar to how it did before. And then we'll skip ahead to, yeah, you can see February 2023, right? And we'll jump ahead to 2026, earlier this year. So, end of last year, we've updated the water, we've updated some shaders, we've got all the interiors done, we've got all the NPCs. Now it's about touching up, right? We've got half of the map was biomes, the other half wasn't. So the first thing we did, which we finished in March, was redo this biome. Because like I said, it was a mess, right? So you can see here, we've got like a clear region. Here we've got a clear region. Over here we've got one. Even here near the beach, we've got, you're near the beach. We've got this little thing here. We've got one down here. And even here, it being clear cut is a thing. And then we've got some yellow flowers over here as well. They're far enough away that you can, differentiate. The trees are different in this biome. That's another thing. I didn't use all the same trees everywhere. Right? Like these orange trees only show up over here. So we didn't make any too big changes. Also, I had animals now, so I could swap some of the fields for animals. But yeah, even up here, different type of flowers, different layouts. We can put stuff under the water now, update all of that, right? Because I had done some infrastructure improvements since then, you'll see over here it's not super dense. Like there's a lot of noise, but it's like not super dense. Whereas like you come over to here and it's like, oh god, every one of those is an instance. They're all on screen. Oh god, the performance. So lots of fiddling here. So this is March. And then, what we've completed today is this biome. So you'll see, if you pay close attention here, and because it's the oldest area, there's some weirdness. Road that goes nowhere. This was wrong. More roads that go nowhere because I cut it. Lots of noise, right? You skip ahead. We've got the mountain range. Has like a clear biome, right? And it's separated with the town here. But you know that if you see these cliffs, you're on the western part, right? You'll also notice the flowers up here. It's different from the ones down here. Right, so you know which part of it you're in. You'll notice that even because it's supposed to be like plains, and it's supposed to be very flat, and it's not supposed to have a lot of noise, right? It was difficult to differentiate it from over here, which is also flat, also lots of plains. But this region was based on an area that has a lot of like tall grasses and stuff. So you can walk through all this, right? Being very not noise dense, but like visually noisy was an aspect of here. And that's why even like the ground cover is kind of noisy. Another way to differentiate it was I used a different type of road. So this road, it turns out that every single biome has a different road type, right? Oh. I didn't see that. Right, like this. Different. Then here, it's literally just, there is no, you only know it's a road because it's blocked off with a fence and it's like clear. Right? And so over here, I kept the original design of the road, which I had in the first pass. Right? And I reduced the amount of noise because I knew the forest would be super, super noisy, and it's a big part of the region. So that's why like this is like so overwhelming, because it's a big contrast to like over here, right? Like look at how many things are in this shot versus like right here. Right. So, and then to keep people from spinning, like, I don't know, I feel like it's less noisy, so it's easier to figure it out. I added these paths for people who got lost, right? Because there's a route up here. Different trees. It's similar, but different trees. No dark grass, no raised grass. It's just tall grass with elm trees, right? As you come down here by the river, you have a different set of tree line. As you come to the forest, it's super busy. When you come up here, you have different trees, and also the cliffs help. And of course, the beaches are their own thing. So, all that is to say, lots of changes, but all of them are, you know, they're all sort of gameplay related, you know? Makes me think a lot about unfinished projects. I hadn't gotten this far. Oh. Yeah. It's, it's a lot, man. But yeah, every change has been for some sort of gameplay purpose. Very rarely is it because I think it's ugly. Right, like I swapped all the flowers to this different one because they were just kind of sporadically placed, but also these flowers, the biggest difference in the assets is that all of the new assets, so like these flowers, this plant, these ones here, even this, right? Even the original trees, they were all based off of real plants, right? So I said I wanted birch trees, and I wanted I specifically asked for the leaves to be separable so that I could like tint them. So the PSD file is very interesting. But The reason these look so good is because they were based on real trees. The original flowers that I was using, so back over to here, like these weren't based off of real plants. The closest thing to a real plant was maybe these, or over here, these lavender, rosemary things. Their shape was based off of other RPG Maker tile set flowers. I was like, I want flowers that kind of look like this but are higher quality and whatever. And so that's one of the reasons why, like, they've done their duty. Salute. But there is such a huge difference between that and something that's clearly based off of real flowers, you know. I did keep these ones because it's for a plot reason, and also they fit in kind of well. But yeah, I tried to keep most of the flower placement to like where it would be in real life, but this last area was a little hard because a lot of it depends on marshes and like damp water, and like it's great for the forest, but I guess we're just having white flowers everywhere, so yeah. Some liberties were taken, but strawberry fields. I wish I could have made huge fields that made like in such a way that it didn't look terrible. Because I just want big fields where you walk around, but they don't really work super well. I shrunk all the fields down. Some places don't have them just because then the region would be blurring too much. Because the thing is, when you look at the world map, it looks like every area is like a decent distance apart. But when you see it with the grid, this town is literally beside this one on the map. The map line is like here. It's 30 seconds to get to it. But it looks like, oh, it's a little bit away. So if you can imagine just like field after field after field that I want to have, I have to expand the world quite large. It's just not happening. Right? This one is, you see, this town is split across the map. So here, and then you go over here, and it's this. The capital and this town are beside each other. It doesn't look like it, but they are on the maps if you cut the grid. That's right here, I think. This section of the city and this section, same beside each other. So if I wanted big fields or whatever, it would really shrink the world down. But also, like you said, yeah, make big fields that are interesting. Nah, big fields give you a feeling. Things feel far apart when you look at it because it's kind of Like this map, this town, if you saw in the earlier ones, went from down here all the way up here. I wish we could have had a water wheel. This was supposed to have a water wheel. Oh well. Right, this town is literally beside this one. The map goes to here. And then this one is right here. It's right beside it. The only thing that's stopping you from getting it is because you have to go across the bridge, so it feels longer. You know? But yeah, like, even though the map looks really big, to go distance to distance, right? To get from here to here is a minute. To get from here to here is like 30 seconds. Here to here is like 2 minutes maybe. To cross a couple maps. It's not, but it looks really far. So, because there's a lot of, with the gameplay, a lot of like backtracking and wandering around and exploring and stuff, like I didn't want it to feel too like troublesome to wander around. You know, Lecompton and Perry in Kansas, 2 totally different townships separated by the biggest river of the state. Oh wow. I think. Is she going out? Where is she? She disappeared. Uh-oh. Alright, let me go find Holly. Give me a second. One sec. Feel free to ask questions. I'll be back. Alright, Chewy's been let out. Let me see. Are there random battles when traveling between provinces? All the battles are not random. They, you can see the enemies on the map. So, if you want to fight them, you can. So there isn't really any randomness. Yeah, but I put the enemies there randomly. Right. If Cool Jazz spawn battle every 5 seconds. What it? What is my name? Azu. What is my quest? To do game dev full time. What is my favorite color? Blue. In all seriousness though, how did you decide on my biomes? They feel quite naturally placed. So each one of these is a province, right? And so each province needs to have its own sort of identity, right? And for a lot of them, that's tying it together with, you know, the ground and just how the roads are, right? Well, the type of trees used and the vegetation and the you know, stuff like that. So that's one way to tie it all together, right? Because I said the plants were based off of real plants, and that's because I went to Europe and I said, okay, my lore, for example, for over here, right, was that there was a marsh. There's a forest here, okay, and it's supposed to be very marshy. Let's extend that to the whole province, okay? So that's why when I came back in afterwards, you'll see there's all these marsh, water breaking up the land type of situation, right? Over here, you know, the mountain range comes down like this, okay, and it links up with the marsh. So I wanted this section to be very mounty, rocky mountain type of thing, right? So it's like, okay, it's gonna be, right, there's a lot of cliffs down here, you know, lots of rocks. And so then I looked up locations in Europe that have rocks. Looked up locations in Europe that have marsh and stuff. This one I wanted to have like the plains, like the steppe sort of feeling, like you come in here, it's very like kind of peaceful, laid back, like type of feeling. Right up here, this is like a coastal vacation city. So it's like, okay, well, what sort of steppe type of thing is in Europe? And then over here, I really liked, so these walls are based off of, it's based off of Dubrovnik, right? And I wanted to have, you know, like the sandy towers and stuff. I wanted to have that near the coast. The big like chalk cliffs and things like that. I love the look of the chalk and the green. And so I was like, okay, well, what region has that? Okay, let's figure it out. So if you look at the map here, let me get the reference pictures. Yeah, so we'll start with the one that I started with. So Winona is based off of Croatia, right? Dubrovnik, right? So Po Valley, that one has a accent in it. What is it? Oh yeah. I can't pronounce that. Wiki? Pronounced? That even made it worse. Telshika? That. I give up. Where's YouTube? Hey YouTube chat. Here's the Wikipedia article. So it's based off of like that location, Northern Velebit National Park. And then I went through those regions and like what flora is there, what's fauna is there, what can I reuse. Thank you for following. What birds, what, all sort of things like that, and tried to find like an overlap with all the regions. And then I picked some photos from the area. So this is again, keep in mind, this is what we finished. Okay, this region. Okay. So if we pull up, you have to go soon. No worries. So here you can see, right? Rocks are showing, trees, plains. Thank you. Rocks, the white rocks, mossy rocks, forest. Look at that. River. Lots of plains, lots of forests, lots of hills. Right, you can see here this tree line. Stole that tree line. Near the water. Stole it. More plains. Of course. Plains, kelp, rocks, cliffs. Thank you for sharing the journey. No problem. Oh, I can talk for years. 14 and a half years. I can yap for days. Hey, remember to wish list. Wish list, please. So yeah, big cliffs, big hills, big green, big rolling, more plains. It's very flat. Forest, rocks, beach. Fields? I want wheat fields. More rocks, more plains, more trees. Right, these are all the reference images that I selected. Okay. And then if we go back here, you can see, right? The rocks, the patches over here as well. We got patchy dirt. We got rolling hills. We got big cliff, beaches, more plains, tree lined. Definitely saw that. So wild. Forest, right? We got the moss, we got the plants, so that's this area. This one, like I said, is like supposed to be steppe kind of related, so this is what it looks like, right? Where's my reference images? This one was based off of, I open my text document. Davinska Kobra. May have said that wrong. Chankovska steppe. Członkowska step as well. So in Poland. I actually talked I have a friend in Poland. We talked a lot. They helped me a lot with finding references because everything was in Polish. So for example, look at the reference images here. I wonder where the road design came from. The yellow fields, flat. Look at that. Trees. Looks nice. See, and I love the like flat. The foxtails and the wispy grass. Trees. You got these rocks in the grass, the white rocks, like that. I think I should just move to BC. I'll move to BC. Yeah. Forest, mystical forest. For the vibe. Goats. Sandberg. I didn't end up being able to implement Sandberg where I wanted to because it just didn't work out. But yeah. Trees. Orange field. Look at that. I love farms. Look at that. It's so, look at how perfect that is. That's so good. I need to go in the Vintage Story server and just like do this with the orchard. It'll happen. More of that. More of that. More of that. Wispy. Yeah. Right. So all of that put together gives us do it. Oh, we gotta wait for spring. You can see here, right? The roads, the yellow flowers, the wispy foxtails, the tall grass, the lake, the riverside. And then we get up to the marsh, right? My head's covering it. That'll do. Let me see. So that is based off of... Where is it? Kamiri Bog. That J is definitely a Y. Okay, I'm gonna say this wrong. Give me a second. Bieldev Skovdal Bog. That J is definitely a Y. Biel Skovdal Bog. That's a Scandinavian nonsense. If that's what you saw in Europe, it's a little wonder you fell in love with this. I've never been to Europe. I've never been to Europe. Someday I'll be able to deal with the flight. So yeah, the photos and stuff. This is all just based off the photos I'm showing you guys. I've never been there. I haven't watched videos or anything either. It's just those photos I took and I extracted the information. There is... Okay, so let me minimize that. So for example, this is like some houses. This is a house where the roads are boats. Did you know that exists? So that one town that's over by the side that has like the waterways, I really wanted it to have like boat stuff. Went to Europe. Yeah, no. Europe was the reference, yeah. I've never... Someday. So, yeah, we've got roads with water. The pink flower field comes from this. Look at that. Isn't that impressive? Some of Europe's appearances also show up in Canada. So like you'll see there's one shot. Where is it? More houses, more boats. Yeah, see? This. Okay. This is, I think, technically Europe, but there's a walking trail near me that looks exactly like this. I think it's a 10-minute drive. I can go whenever I want. It looks like this. There's a lot of places in Europe that I've been showing that look very similar to places in Canada. Unfortunately, I have not been to them either, but yeah. Like this, for example. I've definitely walked on a path like this. More, yeah. Oh, by the way, the village at the very north of this section has posts like this with flowers on them. So this is what I took from that. This is a bog. I drive past one of these all the goddamn time. The bogs look like bogs. So I grabbed the autumn leaves from it because there's just something about driving through wetlands in fall that feel real nice. Oh, this one's Canada. Yeah. Yeah, I pulled a couple bog photos from Canada as well because it was hard to get photos. But it's just titled Canada.jpg. Your train tickets on your wish list? It'd be a great way to see natural Canada. There is a cross country you can take via from Ontario to BC, I think. It's like 2 weeks long. There's also one that goes to the north. Toronto to Vancouver. Yeah. You can do that. Yeah, it goes from Toronto to Winnipeg to Edmonton to Jasper. Jasper's pretty. To Vancouver. There's 3 classes, whatever. How much does it cost? Probably a lot. Probably $1,000. Passengers, 1. Departure. August 12th, it's $15,000? Damn, what's happening on August 12th? Yeah, because like if I look at September 16th, it's $600. $700 to go one way, and then to return back it's $600. So yeah, it's about $1,200. There's no way. Yeah, round trip would be at $1,200 something dollars. But you can do it. You can do it. It exists. It's very nice. You didn't follow? Perfect. Oh yeah, more pink flowers. More boat houses. More streets. Colorful buildings. Yep. This was pretty good. Oh yeah, this here. So you know how the roads have like the wooden planks and stuff? It came from this photo. And just how the lakes, like how close these pools are together, came from this photo. tree. Pond. Scotland. This one is apparently Newfoundland. Okay, and then we get to this. So when you ask me about how the biomes and stuff work, hey Linux. These sort of scientific photos are great because it shows you where your vegetation sits, right? So here's another good photo. When you have the water, right? You have like the lily pads and stuff, and then you have like your cattails at the back. Then you have meadows, then shrubs, then forest, right? So for the marsh, a lot of it was, you know, here, right? So this sort of photo is like super helpful. If you can find these, they help a ton when you're designing your level to be more accurate. But also just like looking at the photos and be like, oh, that type of plant's there, that type of plant's there, you know, that type of thing. So then again, if I pull up a world map, you can see lily pads, cattails, the shrubs kind of all here, the bushes, and then the trees kind of in the center. Right. Now there are some exceptions, but for the most part in this whole area, it is all shrubbery along the edges here. Also, I had a rule that the trees in this area don't go on grass. So that's why when you get up here, it's very, very empty. A very nice shrubbery, yes, it's very nice. So that was this region, and then this last one, right? Take a look here. Right, I wanted it to be rocky. And this one is based on Apuseni Mountains, Rosia Mount, Montana, and Bihor Mountains. So if you pull this up, this is from Romania. Because there was a mine area near the town. This is a mine. This is a gold mine. So I was looking at like kind of how's it structured and stuff like that. This is a town. Poppies, flowers, you know, things like that. More sort of mountain landscape. What's the title? Vibrant mountain landscape with wildflower field at colorful sunset, Harang Mountains, Romania. Lavender fields, Transylvania, Romania. Town, mine. Again, another useful thing with mountains. You have a prairie, you have lakes, coniferous, then you have like scrub, tundra. Very useful. Get yourself some of these diagrams. Right? Mountain. More mine. Mine in town. Look at that. That's wild. It looks like a meteorite crashed there. This is Rosie in Montana. Mountain. Flowers. More. More. More diagrams. Right? And then it all comes together. Right? You can see up on the mountaintops, we mostly just have the pine trees. There's a couple and dead trees and a couple small ones, but nothing really, right? We have some different coloration going on for interest. We've got ads. Look, flowers. This is the southern Wisca Forest. Wisca Forest is this whole area. Cut out. Oh, the forest fire that would have happened here. Alas. Budget. I can't believe I've been yapping for like 2 hours. Yeah, we'll just hold for ads. Ah, boy. Oh, we've got a cat and we've got 2 dogs. I wish I could be them. They have no things. Legacy TV tries to tap into internet popularity with absolutely zero compass whatsoever. Anyways, back from ads. Welcome back. We're still on minute 13. I work in broadcasting, right? I worked on streaming apps for a long time. So many prototypes about having ads work in a way that aren't distracting to the user, but were rejected. I think it's long enough. I think I can talk about one of them. I haven't seen it implemented, but it was cool. Give it 30 seconds. Because there's picture-in-picture stuff, right? Where like the ad pops up at the bottom, but the stream's still going, or it shows off on the side of the screen. That stuff has been around for a while. That was one idea from a while ago. In the corner rather than interrupting stream. Yeah. That was one idea that I remember I implemented for someone. But yeah, it's rejected because if they aren't distracting, they aren't grabbing attention. Yeah. So another one was about, there were 2 prototypes to it that I haven't seen implemented. One was about skinning the website. So let's say you had like Coke, right? Coke wanted to advertise on your thing. You would skin the button and the layout and everything to be Coke branded colors and Coke logo and stuff like that. And so like you would like load up the player and it's a Coca-Cola player, but it's still like a skin, right? That one didn't really work because it didn't have enough like brand sort of like, yeah, when they pause they can see it, but you know, who's pausing? His layout shift. Okay, well, you can tell that to the executives. There was another one about... So this was specifically in terms of the NFL or like the football league, like the Super Bowl type stuff. But they were saying they have when you log into like a streaming app, obviously it's associated with your account. They know your location. I guess. You know, that type of stuff. And the idea was that you would have a bar pop up at the bottom of the player, and it would be a local ad. So let's say you're watching the Super Bowl. They know that it's the downtime between, right? And so you'd get a pop-up for like Papa John's or something, and it would be targeted towards you, like it's your local Papa John's, and it would be like, hey, feeling hungry? Call here, right? Use code whatever to get whatever percentage off because it's a Super Bowl pizza. Those type of targeted ads were non-intrusive, extremely relevant to what was going on, and would show up at the correct time. But it requires the provider to like get their shit together, you know? So they don't want to do it. But that would have way more people converting than whatever the heck they're doing now. Google Play and Harry's thing for AI glasses. I don't know what that is. But yeah, it was those kind of two things, plus the picture-in-picture stuff, or whatever, the pop-up in the bar, in the sides. You've gotten those, but more often than anything, is local roofing, plumbing, and HVAC. You're not a homeowner. Yeah, a lot of the prototypes were extremely specific. Like they found that when it was really specific to context, it was way more successful. But that requires effort, you know? So like, who is going to order pizza, or like what type of person, what is someone in the middle of watching a Super Bowl going to do with an ad? Like, they're gonna order delivery or something, right? Uber Eats or something, right? An ad for Uber Eats with a discount code would go so much farther than, you know, whatever. Because you're sitting there, you're in the middle of an ad break or whatever, and you get a targeted ad saying, "Are you feeling hungry? Order, get 30% off," or something. You're more likely to have people convert. You do work hard to keep your browsing private, been in practice since late 90s, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah. Those things don't go anywhere really. It's easier just to slap a full ad and not reshoot it or recontextualize it for an audience and just like put it into the video, into a stream. Just pay for it. Don't get many clicks or whatever, but whatever. Yeah. So anyways, that's the roadmap. That's the journey. Look, we got Steam here now, guys. They finally invented Steam for the city. We're done. It's glorious. It's beautiful. All the interior maps are done. All the exterior maps are done. We just need to add stuff. Man, I need a nap. Well, I'm gonna go to bed after this, but I need like to rest. You know? tired. But yeah, I think it's for the best to have paused and redone everything, even though it took everything much longer. I'm very happy with how I'm very happy with how this turned out in particular over here. I feel like it's a unique feel. But I feel like the game will just feel better. I'm gonna do a fair amount of testing, but we'll add the passive animals, we'll add the birds and stuff, and then update to the new Game Maker version, and then test for a demo release. That is what we'll be up to. But Tuesday will be passive animals. We'll see how many we can get done. Those usually don't take that long. It's just like a matter of my willpower at this point. And there'll probably be some small changes here and there to the overworld, when I add some quest stuff map. Like for example, there's a quest thing right here. Only shows up in certain circumstances. The wind in the willows. I don't know what that is. I'm tired. Yep. There we go. That's it. I got nothing else. I'm tired. It's been a long weekend. But tomorrow's a holiday, so I'm going to video edit and then sleep. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed this. Yes, thank you. I'll be back on Tuesday for more game dev. There's a non-zero chance it flips to Vintage Story. I'm gonna be upfront. There's a non-zero chance it flips to Vintage Story. It really depends on how dead I feel inside. And if I even want to do this. Raid? Yes, we're gonna raid someone. British children's novel about a mole who goes to an excursion through his neighborhood for months, making friends with other critters. Oh, okay. Alright, who are we raiding? Who's alive? Fui is alive. What are they doing? Food guesser? They were working on chat accessory redeems. You know what? I'm gonna make you all hungry. We're gonna go here. Say hi to Fui. You know what? I'm really bad with the raid message stuff, so here guys, just spam the raid emoji. Where is it? I can't find it. God damn. Just spam it. Yeah, we're waiting for Fui. Spam raid. Alright. See you guys on Tuesday. Alright. Thank you. You know what? I'll make a command for it or something. Someone remind me. Alright. Right now button. There we go. Goodbye. Good night.